Hi there! So today I'm going to show you how I set up my oxygen concentrator to my Smith little torch, so hopefully it can help you. I also am going to be providing a solution to the dreaded beeping. Many of you who have oxygen concentrators may have run into this issue when you would like to use a small flame. Even when you're at the lowest setting for liters per minute, the flow rate of the oxygen has just been a little too high for me, and I've ran into issues where the machine starts blaring. So I would like to give a shout out to Leslie Kail Villarreal's video titled Oxygen Concentrator Setup with Torches versus Tanks. I will leave a link below because she is the person that I looked to originally set up my oxygen concentrator with my torch. And this video is essentially just me modifying her design. I would also like to add a real quick obligatory: you are responsible for your own actions. I am not encouraging you to do this. I am not guaranteeing that this is safe. This is simply what I have done. I've already set up my torch. I am just going to make pretend. So, first things first, you're going to have your whole roll of PVC vinyl hose, and you are going to want to cut two 4-inch pieces. So, cut. Then another 4-inch, cut. And now we are going to have that big old roll, and we are going to set it aside and use it in a little bit. Next, we are going to get together the pieces that we had purchased from Airgas. And one of the 4-inch PVC pieces. So we are going to take the 4-inch PVC vinyl, and we are going to attach it securely onto this nipple. Next, we are going to take this threaded piece and make sure the threads are going this direction on this side, and stick it over the hose. Now we are going to have this piece here, secure the acorn nicely into it, and we are going to thread the bolt onto this piece. And you may want to use a wrench to tighten it securely, just don't over tighten it. Now you are going to take the green line from your Smith little torch and do the same thing. You're going to nestle the acorn into this divot and then secure the nut on or bolt on this side, and tighten as needed with a wrench, but do not over tighten. I'm going to represent that in a series of images right now so you can follow along. Once you have the green line connected to this 4-inch PVC hose, we are now going to take the T nylon barb and we are going to connect it here. We are going to then take another the other 4-inch PVC vinyl piece, and we are going to connect it in a straight line to the other end of the barb, and then all the way up to the oxygen concentrator. And make sure you're pushing the PVC vinyl as far as possible on all of these barbs. So now that we have the Smith little torch connected to the oxygen concentrator all the way up here, we are going to address the alarm issue, and that is where this remaining barb comes in. So we are going to take the rest of the 10 feet of vinyl hose that we have, and we are going to connect it to this protruding barb right here. Next, we are going to be making this special section, and this right here is going to make sure that we can have a tiny little flame without the alarm on your oxygen concentrator machine going off. So now we are going to gather our Teflon tape, our threaded barb that we purchased from Lowe's, our female coupling which we purchased from Lowe's, and the pressure release valve that we purchased from McMaster-Carr. We are going to add the Teflon tape to the threaded part of the threaded barb. We are going to also add Teflon tape to the threads of the pressure release valve. Now screw these two things into the female coupling. Once you've done that, you can take the very end of this super long PVC vinyl hose and stick the barb inside of it. Now this part we are going to put outside of our studio, and I'm going to start up my machine and show you what the torch looks like, what the flame looks like. So the sound you're hearing is the oxygen concentrator. I've left it running on for about 10 minutes so that it starts producing the oxygen. And I was learning that it's pretty important to occasionally run the oxygen concentrator. I think that people were saying once a week, just so that the machine doesn't go bad. I don't know how that happens, but that's just what I've heard. So if you're not using it for a while, just let it run for like a little bit once a week or once every 2 weeks, whatever. And I have the pressure relief valve sitting just a little bit away from my oxygen concentrator. So here it is on the ground, and then my oxygen concentrator is that blue thing right over there. I don't think it's like super important for it to be that far away. It's just I was being super extra cautious, you could say. And the pressure release valve is just going to make it so I can do some pretty small flames. And I could still get a pretty decent, like, big flame, just not as big as without the pressure release valve. If I do want it to go higher, I will just switch the liters per minute on the front of the machine. Right now I have it at the lowest possible setting, which is 1 liter per minute. If I needed a like much bigger flame, I might push it up a little bit to like 2 liters per minute. But I'm going to show you what like the large flame looks like in a second, and what a small flame looks like. So I'm going to turn on my ventilation, so it's going to get a little loud in the background noise area for a moment. So with an oxygen concentrator, I have the oxygen open at all times until I'm ready to turn on the torch or turn off the torch. So right now the oxygen is open and the propane is closed. Now I'm going to close the oxygen and start the propane. And then open the oxygen again. I'm going to try to create the biggest flame I can. So here's a pretty big flame. And now let's compare that to like a small flame that I can do now. Super small, cute little pushy flame for like soldering ear posts and things like that. It's really great. I'm going to cut in real quick to let you know, with that small flame, had I not had the pressure release valve attached, in a minute of me using that flame, the alarm on the oxygen concentrator would have began blaring and I would have had to shut down the whole system. Alright, let's continue. So now I'm going to turn off the oxygen to shut it off, and then turn off the gas, and then I'm going to open up the oxygen again, and now it's just flowing out. And we just do that so that there's not a buildup of oxygen in the line, and the pressure valve helps with the buildup of pressure in the oxygen concentrator, but it's still just good practice to leave the oxygen open, especially if you aren't doing the whole pressure valve portion of the setup. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope this helped a lot of people. I've been trying to find a solution for this for so long, so yeah, I just wanted to put this out there into the universe and help whoever is running into the same issue that I was. Alright, bye.